Hey Angelo, I make $80,000, but I still feel broke. Where is all the money going and how do I actually fix it? Well, let me be once in my life nice and friendly and give something for free. Well, question number one is the $80,000 feels or makes you feel broke because other people around you make more than 80,000, right? This could be an issue. If you make 80,000, and if you feel good, you live in the place you like, you can afford to do whatever you want, buy you whatever you want. You like your life, but if people around you make more than 80,000, this could definitely make you feel, less. So the question you should ask yourself is, do I currently uh, live life that I like? Can I afford life that I like? Is the 80K currently making it's enough for me? If I like my life as it is right now, making $80,000 and I don't lack anything, then my advice would be to change the people around you who are making more money. Basically, change your environment. If people around you making 300K, regardless of how much you have, you're still gonna feel less and you're still gonna feel at least less successful. If people around you making 80K or less, but you really can't afford what you want. You cannot travel. You cannot have days off. You cannot really, try new things. You don't live in a place you like. You live probably in a bad neighborhood. All these things that you probably think that your earnings do not really allow you to expand on better lifestyle, or you cannot reach your investment goals. You might not be on the lifestyle side like myself. I'm more on every extra dollar trying to put someplace else, to earn yield. Then definitely the etiquette it's the issue. So put things into perspective. Where is the issue? Look around. Do I like my life? Check. Do I like where I live? Check. Do I like my lifestyle, what I eat? Do I miss something that can actually be, fixed with money? No, everything I want, I have. Good. So then why the 80K feels less? Maybe the city, maybe the environment, maybe the friends. So this is going to be probably things that I should ask myself first. Then you also ask, where is my money going and how do I actually fix? Well, the money outflow, it's hard to find out. It's easy to see where the money coming in. Most people work one job or two jobs. So it's very easy to know exactly when you're going to get paid and how much you're going to get paid. 100, 400, 600, 800,000 a week. People know exactly how much money they're making, when they're going to get paid, and they know how many hours and what for. The problem is a lot of people don't actually keep up with the expenses because expenses is floating. Sometimes you want to spend more money during throughout the week. You go out, Wednesday, Thursdays, Fridays. Sometimes weekend you want to stay home or just walk in the park or do some classes or something. So the idea over here is that if you do not keep up like a spreadsheet or some tracking mechanism, of course it will be hard for you to actually measure. Most people, from my experience, I'm judging by people around me, my friends, they spend most of their money on food. They eat outside all the time. Of course, the main excuse is that they cannot cook. They don't know how to cook. They don't have time to do the grocery, which is nonsense because you can just order all the groceries and you can just book some of these apps and you can schedule every single week at this time of the day food to be delivered and you have a doorman that can collect all the food and bring it up to your room. So no, you can just order. You can actually you can get even smarter and you can actually get cooking classes, which will be very beneficial on the financial side. Like I mentioned, you're gonna save a lot of money, but you're also gonna learn a skill, regardless are you male or female. So you see how you always structure and utilize certain strategy to extract at least two positive outcomes. One that is obvious, which is gonna save more money by cooking, and the second, benefit or positive outcome a lot of people don't understand is you gain another skill and you add another skill in your skill set. So this is what I'm going to tell you. Look at the outflows, especially if you're paying with credit cards. The easiest way to track any expense is if you're paying with credit cards. Now, if you have a portfolio of credit cards like myself, like use different cards for different expenses, you get different benefits, but could be a different, little bit more time consuming process, but still, it is very easy. Because before, when you spend with cash, you don't really know how much money you gave. You have to collect your change. It's things are pretty blurred. But now with all the mobile banking, you can simply track all the expenses, and you can make things even easier if you have some of the, let's say you run some of the AI models on the local machine. You have some of the, let's say you have cloud code on your computer on the local machine. You don't have it online in the cloud, so you can effectively upload the screenshots of your mobile banking, and you can just ask Cloud to systematize and filter the expenses and create a beautiful pie chart or line graphic chart, which will represents in different colors and segments where do you spend your money on the most. Then you can get it even further. I'm going to give you a small detail over here. You can utilize and explain, because Cloud Code will see you ate at Pizza 123 Main Street, 4 days last month. You spent $112, with taxi. Then you can ask Cloud Call, is there any other pizza shop in the area, let's say in the range of 3 miles, 2 miles, that I can actually buy this cheaper? And the Cloud Code will find and say, okay, and if you eat in that spot, the pizza is almost the same, but you're going to save monthly maybe 60, 70, $80. Like the pizza might be half, right? There's all these small elements, let's say you spend a lot of money on drinks, you go out, with colleagues, you go out with, dates, whatever, and you see that you kept going to the same spot. People love going places that they know. People don't want to go to new spots, new wait stuff, new systems. They always have to, learn how it works, wait list, whatever. You can do the same exact exercise with bars, with clubs. Every single expense that is repeatable and predictable, places that you kept visiting in the past and spend money with. Cloud Code can create a special system and brings you a bunch of different suggestions for areas in your neighborhood, right? So you can get, instead of getting, whatever drink you're getting over here, you can get the same drink in the other bar, which is, you know, almost the same, and the place is almost the same, but you're saving, let's say, 20-30% on each visit. When you compound this on, let's say you visit twice a week, that's going to be 8 times a month. You understand how many are actually compounding, and when you offset some of these extra expenses from one of the places, from the pizza shop or from the drink spot, you're kind of paying for the other one. You save money from the pizza shop, the savings are covering your drinks, and vice versa. You understand how the math actually starts working in your favor. The wrong is right and the bad is good. Life have completely switched, and a lot of people still can't find out the reason why. The worst thing is that most people cannot even figure it out that life has completely flipped. Again, let me repeat this. The bad has become good. Why? All the reasons that a lot of people have identified in the past to be bad, effectively giving you an edge in this current environment where the AI is doing the hard work. AI is effectively liquidating positions, liquidating jobs. The other day, I had a very interesting dinner with a person that definitely is in top 10 Forbes list. I won't disclose his name, but he told me something that completely blew my mind. He said, do you know how all the Wall Street big firms are actually using AI right now? I said, I don't know. Probably they're building agents trained on the data sets that they collected for the last 20 plus years, or at least after the financial crisis. He said, no, they are effectively deleting all the processes that were in place. They don't want the AI to learn from the old school methods of running business. Instead, he said, they want to make sure that the AI is put in place. AI finds the best optimized paths to connect different funnels or departments in a way in which the human hasn't done it before. And he told me that for all the normies who are currently taking classes or courses or trying to learn some AI using chat, using Claude, he said that these people have no clue and these people forever will be behind. He said the fastest way to learn AI right now and the way how all the people on Wall Street are actually teaching their teams or teaching their family members, is that rule number one: forget about everything that you have learned about the subject matter completely. You don't want to get confused. You don't want to get confused with AI. You want to let the AI set the foundation. What really means business in your particular niche? Wall Street is deleting and erasing all the data sets they have been collecting for the last 20 plus years, or at least after the 0809 financial crisis. They want to let the AI imagination to build the foundation for the new way of delivering their services, being so wealth management, derivative trading, government paper, IPO services, M&A. They want to let the AI to look at the service menu, right? Look at the clients, look at the potential revenue that could be generated from XYZ services, and let the AI create the processes in place so the agents can deliver the services to the clients. No one has ever thought about this. All the losers online still trying to train their AI agent or AI agentic workflow based on old data, buying old data from other companies, thinking and self-diluting themselves that using this old data, their agent will be smarter than anyone else's agent, so they will be able to sell this agent to third-party services, which really blows my mind. It's not really a surprise, to be honest. The normies have never gotten rich as Wall Street or the richest 1% for the same simple reason. They always think in the opposite sides. They think that they know something. They think that they actually get the idea how to get successful rich. They think that they understand the technology or how to extract as much as value from particular business, product, or service. And yet again, they're still not in the Forbes list. The guy, he was kind of, mocking me, of course. He's a billionaire. He was kind of mocking me that I always also is one of the people who thought that they know something more than others, right? But that was not the case. I built a company last year for intelligence software reports. So effectively, a company is called sixreport.com. We built a company where you don't need a Bloomberg terminal anymore. But forget about this. The idea here is that everyone that thinks that they know something about AI on a personal site in their personal life or professional have no clue. Even the biggest PhD engineers, people who enrolled into the AI hype before the AI was something, before the release of ChatGPT in 2018 in September, these people were on top of the AI, what's new, what's coming, what's going to happen. Even these people are in constant fear that they're behind technology. And the guy also said something else about the markets and how the AI will change everything that usually do on a daily basis, but I'm not quite sure that I can actually speak about this because he said that he's investing in a company that is almost built and has a ready to market product. But it's really, really scary. And let me calm you down because I know most people watching this video are not multi-millionaires or billionaires. Let me calm you down. The people who will be afraid are the mid-tier people with $100+ million who have been living for the last at least 5 to 7 years, very comfortable life, chilling, letting the business running on autopilot, right? These people are the ones to be worried about because look at what happened with Figma. Look at what's happening with Canva. Look at what's happening with Photoshop, Adobe. Look at all these like old school, not so old technology companies that have been doing very well. They have essentially become a standard in some of the companies that utilize some of these technology tools. And now, one tool, one chat, one AI automation effectively destroying your company in real time. It's not, maybe it could, maybe it couldn't. We're not right sure. We're sure. You can go on Gemini and you can ask for absolutely everything, building a landing page, building a website, building a workflow, building an image, create a video using Nano Banana. You can build absolutely everything. You don't have to go and download and pay for 15 different subscriptions. You don't have to. The guy also said something very interesting. He said that, do you know that a lot of the corporate employees who are about to retire are in complete panic mode? Not because they're not gonna get paid, but because the value of their retirement has decreased substantially, considering that the money will disappear. According to Elon Musk, he said that forget about the money as a number, as a medium of exchange. The value and the wealth will be based on the productivity of the robots. How many robots do you have? How many Tesla taxis you can actually use overnight and put on the market so they can work and generate a passive income for you? Again, the market and the economy has become a pretty complex, algorithmically driven setup. This is no longer, you know, registered an LLC, uh, sign $150,000 worth of orders, right? Purchase orders from potential clients, and then you're good to go to borrow another 50 to 1 leverage against this purchase order so you can expand and grow fast. No, the market has evolved and keep evolving in a completely different atmosphere. And like I said, the people who are at the bottom of the food chain are okay because they will have chance to learn something, and they also have nothing to lose. If you were broke for the last 10 years, prior, during, and after COVID, you're still broke. Nothing changed for you, right? If you had a good life during, prior, or after COVID, well, you're the one who will most likely will be affected because the economy will change in a way in which it will put you back in the team of the broke boys, unless you have a very smart employees or co-founders or partners, people who are on top of the AI, not learning as we go. Learning as we go is giving you clothes, max plan, you thinking that you're doing something different, which you aren't. This is what the most norm is. The most normie thing is to buy the max plan of all the AI tools that normie uses, and you think that you're on top of the game. I, if I could put a picture of this billionaire who make fun of me, like we spoke about it. He's a very very nice person, by the way. He was just semantically trying to make fun of me, but also give me a lesson, give me a sneak peek what is about to happen on the economy. Because he knows exactly who I am, right? He knows exactly what I usually do. I do investing on the markets, long term, short term. He knows exactly how I make money. And he said that, just spend more time doing things differently. It's not going to be easy because you have to find tools that no one else uses. You have to find utilization, the ways how some of these tools work that are not publicly noticed. No one else knows that, let's say Gemini can build whatever movie sets, right? Can build, right, the perfect scripts, John Wick 17, right? Find tools that no one else uses or people are using, but they're not using them for the teams that you want to use them for. Always have an edge. The guy said, okay, cool. You're making whatever money on the market. He told me, right? You're making whatever money on the market. That's cool, right? Your trading skills will remain the same. The AI will not outperform you as a trader because the AI works with hardcore data without having the sentiment and real-time news feed, which I do. He said, cool, but you definitely at some point you want to step out of the scene and you want to let the AI, the agents or the agentic workflow treat on your behalf, right? I said, yeah. And he said, okay. So then you have to start building a completely new workflow without your current data. I was like, why? He said, the Wall Street is completely erasing the old trading data sets that they currently have. They don't want to confuse the AI. When you give the AI old data, AI is acting lazy. AI doesn't want to come up with new ways of approaching the situation. If you don't give the AI a certain set of data, AI has to find the data on its own. And the AI might look in places where you haven't seen or haven't collected data from. So the AI is smarter than not only collecting, storing, analyzing, and utilizing the data better than me and you. So he said that you have to look into allowing the AI to become the number one person in your team. Not the second one, not the third one, not the person who is just executing is taking orders. You have to let the AI create its own workflow and follow through it. Then you're not only going to be able to hold the AI accountable, but you're going to be able to let the AI build on its own skill set, on its own NCP. It's not like you're giving him a certain data set that may not be as accurate, may not be as relevant to the particular trading algorithm set. So pay very close attention, guys. I don't want to get into too much details because I don't want to share so much things that this gentleman told me because I don't know is it good, is it cool or not, but this is what I can definitely share with you. Pay very close attention. Watch this video a couple of times. Maybe you can put it into some of the Gemini transcript tools, and you can look into and try to extract maybe brainstorm some ideas out of it.